Hello, sorry I wasn't quite ready then. Welcome to this week's video. Right, how are you all coping with being in lockdown and all the problems with shopping? Not easy, I know. So I hope in these video sessions I can give you an excuse to take some me time, take your mind off all the issues and do something that's just really good for you. Now, although we do Qigong, I use Qigong in these sessions because it's extremely mindful, and being mindful at the moment I think is a really helpful technique, because mindfulness encourages you to be living and just focusing on what's going on right here, right now. And so mindfulness of breath and body helps you, literally, you use your breath and your body as a focus for keeping yourself in the here and now and stopping your mind wandering off in a million different directions about all the different things you're trying to juggle at the moment. But mindfulness isn't something that you do, it's something that you practice almost ongoing, which is why practicing in a calm, relaxed atmosphere, with when you haven't got too much on your mind, is extremely useful. But mindfulness is underpinned by a number of what are called attitudinal foundations of mindfulness. Now, if you scroll up to the top of the Crystal Wolf Holistic Care page, you will see I have listed all those foundations in alphabetical order. There's no one that's more important than any other. And I have actually in the past done videos where I've looked at each of the attitudes in mind and tried to link it to what we were doing with the Qigong moves. Today we're going to do a few Qigong moves at the end of the meditation, but the meditation is going to be focused on letting go, which is a very, very important attitude of mindfulness, because when you let go of things, holding on to things, whether it's attitudes, preconceptions, worries, anger, fear, takes so much energy. And being able to let go of some of those strong feelings is really empowering. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. That's one reason why we practice the techniques all the time, why I practice the techniques all the time, so that when you become mindful of the fact that you are holding on to something, you've become mindful of that fact, and you've then got the technique to actually just think, right, let's just let this go. It's not helping me. Now, I'm not going to presume what you might need to let go of. But there could be a number of things. But whatever it is, as you're watching this video, I want you to take a moment, get yourself settled down, give a yell out to the family and say, I don't want to be disturbed for the next few minutes. It's going to be about 25 minutes, half an hour maybe. Just turn your phone off unless you're using it to access this video. And just get yourself somewhere where ideally you're not going to be disturbed. And first of all, I want you to congratulate yourself for giving yourself this me time. Because even when the world is going to hell in a handbasket, which it kind of feels like it is at the moment, me time and that stillness is so important to help you cope. So, let's start with the meditation. Get yourself sitting or lying down comfortably. If you're sitting and you're in a chair that's got a back, can you try and move your back away from the back of the chair so that your spine is self-supporting and your spine is supporting your head and neck? I've heard it described as embodying an attitude of dignity or alertness. But as ever with all these videos, it's only if you can, because I know a lot of people watch these videos who can't do that. So remember that mindfulness isn't about clearing your mind, it's about being aware of what your mind is doing. And I'm going to suggest various different things that you can focus your attention on. You can close your eyes or not, as the case may be, it's entirely up to you. First thing I want you to focus on is the sound of my singing bowl. I'm going to ring the bowl 3 times, and the 3rd time I'm just going to let the sound die away quite naturally. What I'd like to challenge you to do is to be curious about how long you can follow the sound of the bowl. I'll hold it as close as I can to the microphone. As the sound from the bowl fades into silence, just be curious what other sounds are reaching your ears. Don't strain out to listen, just sit very much within yourself and just notice the sounds that are naturally coming to you. And then notice where you're sitting, notice the position that your body's in. Check that you're comfortable. Check that you're happy with your posture. And then, can you put your awareness on to your breath? Just notice the gentle rise and fall of the natural rhythm of your breath. Not changing your breath in any way. And there's nothing specific that you need to notice, just noticing what it is that you notice about your breath. And as you do, can you try to get a sense of the whole of your body breathing? Because when you breathe, you're pushing oxygen to every single cell in your body. So every single cell in your body is breathing. Can you get that sense of how that's happening? Get that sense of that happening. Now, any time that you notice that your mind has wandered away, which it is quite likely to do, I don't want you to get annoyed with yourself or start telling yourself that I'm no good at this mindfulness lark. What I want you to do is to give yourself a gold star because you've noticed what your mind is doing, and that is absolutely key. So when you notice your mind has wandered away, you're being mindful. But then maybe, put a mental post-it note up somewhere in your mind if it's something really important that you don't know you need to deal with a bit later today. But then let the thought go. Maybe imagine the thought like a balloon, and imagine that balloon rising up into the sky, getting further and further away from you as you just let the thought go. And then bring your mind back once more to focusing on every in-breath and every out-breath. Because right here, right now, Nothing else matters except just this breath coming in, just this breath going out. Now, as you become aware of the thoughts and maybe feelings that are taking your mind away, can you maybe get a sense of where in the body those feelings are being stored? If you've got tension about anything, it's often stored in your shoulders. So with every out breath, just let your shoulders just relax and just let the tension go. With every thought that takes your mind away from your breath, just let it go, and then use your breath, your awareness of your breath, to anchor you back into this moment. Because right here, right now, nobody's expecting anything of you. So you don't have to expect anything of yourself except to just be here now. Focusing on every in-breath and every out-breath. Now, if we don't let go of feelings, they can often end up being stored in our body. Now, you know your body, you know your mind, you know how you react to things. So, when you're worrying, maybe you get tightness in the chest, or maybe you get that horrible lead feeling in your tummy. Maybe worries cause pain. Maybe it's just tension in the shoulders. Maybe it causes a headache. Every time your mind gets taken away, can you try and notice if that thought is linked to a feeling in any particular part of your body? It could be anywhere. And if it is, then send your awareness to that particular part of your body. Just allow it to just relax. And as you relax, you can let go of the tension that the thought caused. Now, I'd like to use your imagination. Can you maybe imagine that you're sitting by a river? It's gently flowing, sun shining. There are trees around you. It's just comfortable. There's no one else around, there's only you. And I want you to imagine that you have in your hand leaves that represent all the thoughts and worries that you have right now. Can you gently drop the leaves into the river, one at a time, and watch them slowly drift away downstream? being carried by the gentle rhythm and movement of the river. Let each thought, each leaf drop out of your hand and gently float away. And let go of those thoughts that really don't make you feel so good. Because you deserve to feel good. You deserve me time. You deserve to be able to relax. When you've released all the leaves and watched them drift away on the surface of the water, maybe imagine yourself lying down, just allowing one hand to gently dangle in the stream. Feel the water gently trickling over your hand. And as you do, feel the whole of your body just relax. And then let that image go. Bring your attention back once more to focusing on your breath. Just noticing the natural rhythm, not altering it in any way, just letting your breath be completely normal and just noticing your breath as it happens. And now I want you to say a little mantra. It's very simple. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be at peace. Just repeat that mantra slowly to yourself. As you think the words, maybe imagine the words forming in your brain and slowly dropping down into your heart. And really feel that love that you deserve to give yourself. But then what I'd like you to do now is change the mantra slightly. Maybe bring to mind someone who's really important to you. Get their image in front of you. Maybe imagine you can hear the sound of their voice. And with that image firmly in your mind, say in your mind, may you be well. May you be happy. May you be at peace. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be at peace. Again, imagine the words forming in your brain and dropping down into your heart. But this time, can you imagine the energy of those words starting to spread outwards from your heart towards the person that you've got in your mind? Maybe imagine that love that you feel spreading out to fill the whole of the building where you are. Maybe the whole of your street. Maybe the whole of your area of Birmingham or wherever you are. Sending love to people is such an important thing to do, especially when you can't be physically with them. And the act of sending love is so good for us. It really makes us just feel so good inside. Now, bring your attention back to your breath, noticing every in-breath and every out-breath. And then slowly spread your awareness out so that you become aware of where you are, where you're sitting or standing or lying. Become aware of the room and the sounds both inside and outside the room, and then listen once more for the sound of my singing bowl. And bring yourself back to more or less normal awareness. Now, we're going to do some Qigong now. So, you can stay sitting if you wish, but once you're fully back in the room, if you want to stand up, that's equally fine. I'm going to stand up and move back so you can see my whole body. Not a pretty sight, but at least you can see it. So, stand with your feet together and in a nice comfortable posture, and then we're going to start by bowing in. So bring your left hand across your body, palm up, right hand palm down, and bow. Then make sure you're standing or sitting, if you're sitting, with your feet about a hip width apart, feet flat on the floor, feet parallel. If you're standing, knees gently relaxed. Gentle tilt here, just tuck your bum in so that you engage these core muscles. Get your back as straight as you can. Get your neck as straight as you can. Tuck your chin in. Make sure the crown of your head is pointing up at the ceiling. As ever, if you can't physically get into that position, do whatever works for you. And let your arms hang loosely by your side. Then when you're ready with your next in-breath, just allow your arms to float up in front of you. And then as you breathe out, they gently sink all the way back down. We'll do this move twice more. Then move 2. Breathe in, your hands float up and spread out, and then as you breathe out, they float back in and back down. Don't worry how big the moves are, just make them as big as you can manage in your breath. It's not about doing it perfectly. I don't do the moves perfectly. Just try to make sure breath and body are really coordinated. We'll do this move twice more. Then we'll paint rainbows. Bring your breathe in, bring your arms up, and as you breathe out, dip slightly on one side, let your right arm uncurl as you've taken your weight to the left, and then do the same on the other side, keeping your back straight. One more move on each side. Then as you breathe out, turn your hands outwards and let your palms sweep down by your side. As you breathe in, allow them to float back up again. Again, make the moves big or as small as you're comfortable with. Do this move twice more. And then last time for this move. And this time as you breathe out, allow your hands to gently float down in front of you. Ending with your hands cupped in front of your body, and then we'll balance your chi. This time as you breathe in, imagine you're feeling around a small ball, and as you breathe out, push that ball down. And then last time for this move. This time as you breathe out, bring your hands to rest in front of your tummy or in your lap or by your side, whatever works for you. And just stand and just take 3 or 4 gentle, easy breaths. As you do, get that sense of everything settling back to where it should be. And then when you're ready, bring your feet together. We'll bow out as we bowed in. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. I welcome all feedback, positive or negative, because it's not a case of what I'm doing, it's a question of what you can take from this. So there's no point in me doing stuff that you're not finding helpful. Next week, although obviously Qigong is very much important for mindfulness, it's also actually really good physically. So next week in my video, I'll be looking at the physical aspects of Qigong and how it can help you in these times when you can't go to the gym and you can't go swimming and you really go for, long walks in the park because you're not supposed to stay out that length of time, into how you can maximize the physical benefits that you get from the practice of Qigong. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay well, stay inside as much as possible, and keep washing your hands. And I will see you all next week. Namaste.